Hello, I'm George Dawn. I'm the principal of Mensa Printers, and I'd like to show you some different types of binding and explain how they can help you in presenting your printed materials. The first type of binding I'd like to show you is saddle stitching, so called because we drive two wire stitches or staples through the spine of the book, coming out in the middle and so holding the pages securely. This is good for 2 or 3 sheets of paper, through to 15 or 20 sheets of paper, taking you up to a total of maybe 80 printed pages. This type of binding could come with a card cover, as these books have, or it could come with a paper cover, as this magazine does. Saddle stitching is particularly effective as the quantity starts to move up, because the process is quick to do and therefore it is affordable as those quantities start to grow. The next type of binding I'd like to introduce you to is wire binding. You may know it as wiro binding. This comes in a 3 to the inch type and a 2 to the inch type. The 3 to the inch type is good for smaller numbers of pages. The 2 to the inch type takes over as the number of pages starts to grow. One of the advantages of wire binding is that it is a live flat binding. This means you can open it and leave it open. This is particularly suitable for study materials or reports, or possibly my favourite, the recipe book. One of the possibilities with wire binding is that you may wish to have an extending cover. This has the advantage that you can have reference materials down the side of the book as you study your way through the rest of the material. The wire binding also has the option to completely reverse it and close it with one of the inside pages at the outside. This means you can pop it back on your bookshelf and you can come back to it without fear of too much damage to the book. This is very suitable for study materials. The final type of binding I would like to introduce you to is perfect binding. This is the paperback book, and to be honest, for an authority work, this is the ideal means of publication. This gives you the possibility of a greater number of printed pages and that wonderful book finish. If you'd like to know more about binding or anything else to do with paper and ink, do call us. Mensa Printers have been around for a little over 50 years and we're always happy to talk about printing. Thank you for listening.